iPhone 8 Plus versus OnePlus 5T. That video is coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to the iPhone 8 Plus versus the OnePlus 5T. Now, these two phones represent two of the best values, I think, for their respective smartphone, OSs. So Android, I think the OnePlus 5T is one of the best values, and I think for Apple right now, one of your best values is going to be the iPhone 8 Plus. And I'm talking about current smartphones, not as an overall devices, like you could say the 6S and stuff like that, or you can say like older versions of Android phones. I'm talking about current smartphones. So let's go ahead and boot these guys up at the same time in 3, 2, and 1. Now, with the iPhone 8 Plus, you don't even have to hold it down. It's very responsive to just one tap. So that's something I noticed about all the new iPhones with the A11. You just tap the button and they start booting up initially really quickly here. So I do expect the iPhone 8 Plus to win this boot up test. Both phones are unlocked, so there's no carrier stuff going on. Apple never lets carriers do anything anyway. But you can see iPhone 8 Plus for the easy win there. And here comes the OnePlus 5T. So the 5T definitely slower on the boot up. Okay, guys, so here we are booted in. Now, both of these phones are incredibly powerful. Listen here, we have an A11 CPU on the left. We do have an 835 on the right. 6 GB of RAM on this OnePlus 5T, and we have 3 GB of RAM on the iPhone 8 Plus. So I want to go ahead and test the lock screens first to see how fast the fingerprint scanners are in comparison. So let's do this real quick. Now, the iPhone 8 Plus, you have to put the lock screen on. So 3, 2, and 1. And you could see much faster there on the 5T. 3, 2, let's do this again. 3, 2, and 1. And you can see there's just no comparison. The 5T just absolutely obliterates the iPhone 8 Plus when it comes to fingerprint speed. Now, in terms of response time when actually hitting the power buttons, that might be slightly to the 8 Plus. So fingerprint, a little bit faster though. Well, actually a lot bit faster for the OnePlus 5T. So let's get on now to the speed test portion where we do the applications. Okay, so just a little note before we actually do the test is that I'm running iOS 11.2.5, the latest beta here on the iPhone 8 Plus as a recording of this video. They did not push out Oreo yet to the 5T, so we're running 7.1.1 here. You can see all the applications are closed. We're gonna begin here with the calendars and see which one is faster. 3, 2, 1. Now, Google Calendar is an internet-based calendar, so it is slower there than the Apple Calendar. Now, yes, Apple does have some internet-based stuff where it's syncing, Apple files and things like that, but it's built on the phone. This one is coming from Google services, which is cloud-based, so that's why that calendar is usually slower. Let's get into calculator. And you can see that's just faster for the 8 Plus. Now, we do have the 1x animations, and if I do miss any of these, it's because I'm looking through a camera, talking on a microphone, doing a bunch of things at once, so point it down below in the comments. Let's get into the clock. 3, 2, 1. And you can see that's the 5T coming home. Let's go into camera. And you can see 8 Plus for the win there. Also a much better camera on the 8 Plus if you were thinking about getting one of these for camera. Snapchat. You can see Snapchat easily a win on Android. However, a lot of people will say, well, Snapchat is not that great on Android, so I'd still choose an iPhone there. Let's go into WhatsApp. And you can see WhatsApp, a clear win for the 5T coming home. Let's go into the Instagram. And you can see the Instagram is first there for the 5T. Really fast phone. And coming home, they're about the same coming home. I would say slightly faster because of the capacitive touch response is just a little bit faster to electrical impulses versus you still have to press this a little bit more on this capacitive button for the iPhone 8 Plus. Let's go into YouTube. And you can see YouTube first there on the right. Yes, definitely a win on the right. Let's go into Twitter. And you can see Twitter, an easy win for Android. Android always wins on Twitter for some reason. I think it's just not optimized as well on iOS. Let's go into PieGeek, 3, 2, 1. And you could see a PieGeek is open there on the left. And there's a load there on the right for the OnePlus 5T. Coming home. Going into speed test. And speed test should win, yes. And it has an updated UI on iOS, so it looks a lot better over on the left. And there's the 5T. So it looks like they're trading blows here. Let's go into App Store, Play Store, 3, 2, 1. And see which one's more optimized. There is the App Store. So in the past, the Play Store was always smoking the App Store when it comes to load times. Not so much anymore. The App Store has gotten really quick. Coming home, let's go into Jetpack Joyride. Here's where the iPhone 8 Plus should have an easy win. Even with that, right there. So no, it looked like because of that notification, we didn't have an easy win. So let's do that one more time. I'm going to close it out here for the 5T and close it out here on the 8 Plus. I think that notification might have stopped the 8 Plus from winning. 3, 2, 1, and see which one can load this first. And I was correct. So that notification just totally just stopped it from beating the 5T. So faster on Jetpack Joyride for the 8 Plus. Let's go to Monster Dash. The same thing happens here. I will rerun these as well. Nope. And that's an easy win for the 8 Plus on that one as well. So gaming still goes to the iPhone. Let's go into Geekbench. And you could see Geekbench, wow, that was pretty close. That was too close to call. Now, I'm not going to run a Geekbench in this video. The iPhone 8 Plus always consistently does around 10,000 or so on the multi-core. The OnePlus 5T consistently does around 6,000 to 7,000 on the multi-core, sometimes a little bit lower. And it does do, you know, around 19 to 2,000 on the single. So 4,000 or so on the single for the 8 Plus. The 8 Plus always wins in this regard. Coming home, let's go into Safari and Chrome. And you could see that was first there for the OnePlus 5T. Now, these are the respective browsers that come out of the box. That's why I didn't do Chrome versus Chrome. Of course, you can download Chrome on the 8 Plus and match it up against Chrome on here. I don't think that would be fair because the Google Chrome is better optimized for Android. Let's just do the Safari versus the Chrome. So we're going to go to the nickackermanchannel.com. That's the website. If you haven't checked it out already, link is down below in the description. I will be launching the merch over there when it does go live. And let's see what happens here. 3, 2, and let's go. And 3, 2, let's go. And you could see, wow, that was pretty much dead even. Okay, so I'm not going to talk at all when it comes to going back through them. We're just going to speed through these. So 3, 2, 1. And you can choose for yourself which one you think is faster. And I'll let you know my thoughts at the end. And going in the Jetpack Joyride. App Store, Play Store, speed test, coming home. Let's go into PyGeek, coming home. Twitter, coming home. Let's go to YouTube, coming home. Let's go into Instagram, coming home. Let's go into WhatsApp, coming home. Snapchat, coming home. Camera, coming home. Clock, coming home. Let's go into Calculator, coming home. And calendar, coming home. So overall, I think the iPhone 8 Plus had better RAM management there. It held the applications a little bit better than the OnePlus 5T. This is the 6 gig of RAM version. I think that would be a little bit different on the 8 gig of RAM version. So if you want the ultimate RAM management, go with the 8 gig of RAM version for the 5T. But overall, you've seen here that they're about the same when it comes to just speed and performance on the day-to-day. Okay guys, so I want to go ahead and download an application just to see how they perform when it comes to installing an app, which one is quicker. Now I'm going to use Pinterest for this example. I don't really use Pinterest, but it's an application I don't have on the phone, so I will go ahead and download this for the test. And here's Pinterest on the 8 Plus, and we're going to hit install at the same time in 3, 2, 1, and see which one can do this first. So you've seen there's the 5T, and it is done. And there's the 8 Plus, and it should be done in a second. So that 5T can really download some apps. So when you get this phone and you start, you just start putting on your new apps, you're going to just be amazed at how fast you can just download all the apps that you want to get on your phone. It's incredible on the speed here for the 5T. So overall, what's the conclusion? I mean, you're really not deciding between speed here. However, I think it was important to see that if you were trying to save some money and get a 5T, you are going to have equal performance to a phone that's about $900 or so, especially a little more if you're going for a 256 gig on the 8 Plus. So the 5T still represents a great value. The 8 Plus is a little bit better of a performer, I think, overall. If you guys found this video helpful, enjoyable, and you would like to see a full comparison between these two, where we don't just discuss speed, but we discuss which one is the better purchase for you, go ahead and drop that in the comments down below. Anyway, thumbs up, and Nick here helping you to master your technology. I will catch you all in the next one. Be sure to be well, and peace.